what's up, you guys? I'm back. Let's see, who can we get in the chat here? Waiting for some people to come in. I was live streaming earlier and I missed you guys, so I came back. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for being here. Hey, Scream Fan. Hey, Nate. Yeah, I was live streaming earlier. Had to stop, had some things to do, but I'm back now. I just like hanging out with you guys too much. Hey, Lainey. Glad you could join us. What's going on? Hi, Emma. Yeah, live streaming is a lot of fun, and I don't do it often enough. And I didn't have too much going on today, so I figured, why not do another one? I really want to try going live a lot more often now, because I do have my own studio now. So I'm free to film whenever I want, pretty much, as long as I have nothing else going on. Tell me in the chat, can you guys hear me better in the mic? Because my last live stream earlier, I had my microphone set up, but then when I watched the replay, my actual microphone that I have here was not picking it up, and it was like my crappy computer microphone. So can you tell the difference? Like, is it clearer now? Is it actually this microphone or my laptop microphone, which is not that good? All right, it's looking like I think my mic is good. I changed the setting. I hope I did it right. I accidentally had it set up before to like my laptop microphone. Okay, cool. It's way better. Awesome. All right, so what's going on? How are you guys enjoying this Sunday? Do any of you have work tomorrow or school? Hey, Reagan. Glad you could make it. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, I really love my new setup. I was just saying how I have a brand new studio where it's just mine, all my own, and I can live stream, film whenever I want, decorate it how I want it, and I can keep this up all the time. I don't need to like take it down or anything. Yeah, I'm really loving it. Thomas, we just started, so you're right on time. I was saying I live streamed earlier for like an hour and a half, pretty long. It was a lot of fun. I had to take a little break because I had a few things to do, but now I'm back. So I'm glad you can make it this time. And let's talk some Scream franchise. So, what is everyone's favorite sequel? I'm sure some of you know mine is Scream 4. After the original, Scream 4 is my favorite. But I'm curious, what is everyone else's favorite? It looks like Nate's is also 4. 4 is a good one. I feel like all these years, 4 has gotten a lot of hate, but I think people are coming around to it, maybe because it's a little bit more nostalgic. But 4 is great. Scream fan says all of them. Thomas says 2 or 5. Interesting. 5 is good. I like 5. I think I like 5 more than 6, which I think a lot of people would be surprised to hear. I feel like a lot of people like 6 more, and I love 6, don't get me wrong, but 5 just feels a little bit more like a Scream movie to me because of Woodsboro. I like 5. I also like 6. R plays says 4. Emma likes 2. Greg likes 2. Yeah, Nate, I agree. Scream 4 feels more like the first movie than the rest, in my opinion. I've said before, I feel like it does the best job of recapturing the magic of the original for a lot of different reasons. I did a video on this, why Scream 4 is the best sequel. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Aw, sorry, Scream fan. I wish you could hang out. Thomas says, I like Richie and Amber a lot more than the killers in 6. I agree. So when I first saw 5, I didn't care for Richie and Amber that much. But after seeing the killers in 6, Richie and Amber are pretty good. Reagan, yep. Scream 4. Draco Malfoy says Scream 4 is pretty good. I agree. I love Scream 4. So what do you guys think about these Scream rumors that are going around? We talked about it on the live stream earlier. I don't know how many of you were here for that one earlier. But there's quite a few rumors going around. I did a few videos covering them. There's quite a few rumors, like the time jump. Apparently they want to cast Sydney's nanny. Hey Isaiah, yeah, rumors about Scream 7. There's rumors that there's gonna be some spin-offs and a TV show. There's also a rumor that Scream 7 is going to be the start of a new trilogy. How do you guys feel about that? Hey, Jermaine. Jermaine says, Amber felt cartoonish villain for me. I get that, and I definitely felt like that at first. She can be over the top at times, but she's kind of grown on me as time has gone on. And I do think her reveal is pretty good. Like, welcome to Act 3 after shooting Liv. That was great. Do I think Jill is still alive, and would I like to see her in the 7th? I do have a theory that she was supposed to be alive originally in Scream 5 if they had made it back then, like in 2012 or 2013. Would I like to see her in the 7th one? I would definitely like to see her in the 7th one. Will it happen? Probably not. If you guys see me looking over here, it's because I'm also going live on TikTok right now, which I've never done before. I thought it would be cool to go live at the same time. Let's see. Hey, everyone on TikTok. I've never gone live on TikTok before. I am live streaming on YouTube right now, so I'm kind of going between both screens right now. I am unfamiliar with TikTok's live stream. So hey everyone who is here. How do I see how many people are here? All right, well, we're talking Scream franchise, and I am responding to comments on my YouTube, so let's see what we got going in the chat. I found some of your theories interesting, but some to me feel very far-fetched. I totally get it. Some of them are more just for fun. There are some that I believe more, like Schumacher being alive. Some of them I totally get. Hey, Scream fan. I totally get why you would think that they're far-fetched. Some of them are just for fun, and usually I put a disclaimer like, I don't necessarily believe this. It's just more for fun, interesting to talk about. And that's what's great about this franchise. You can come up with so many different theories and ideas, and it's just fun to talk about it with other fans. Draco says, I think Richie has grown on a lot. I totally agree. Like I said earlier, when I first saw Scream 5, he wasn't my favorite, but he has grown on me a lot, like the more I watch Scream 5. And definitely after seeing the killers in Scream 6, like Richie and Amber are great compared to the killers in Scream 6. But that's just my opinion. No offense if you love Scream 6. If you prefer Scream 6 over Scream 5, no hate to you at all. I love Scream 6. But yeah, I just think Richie and Amber were better than the Scream 6 ghost faces. Someone on TikTok says Charlie is very underrated. Ghostface, in my opinion, best Ghostface when he was in costume. Totally agree. I love Charlie. You guys here on YouTube know I did a video on why Charlie is underrated. I feel like Charlie gets a lot of hate, but I love Charlie. Jermaine says, if Jill is alive, then her brain is fried. I don't know. I mean, she woke up after that and was like functioning for a few minutes before Sydney shot her. Who knows? Like, it is a movie, so like, and look at what like Chad survived, like 20 stabs pretty much between like 5 and 6. So what do you think Gail's role would be like, and do you think she will have more screen time than 5 and 6? I hope she has more screen time in 7. What will her role be? So I've talked about this before on my channel. I do have a theory that she's possibly going to be hosting a true crime show, because she does have that line with Tara and Sam in Scream 6. Tara says something like, I heard you couldn't get the movie rights. And Gail said, it's all about true crime limited series now. So I can just see her hosting a true crime show in Scream 7. Maybe we'll go back to Hollywood. Because these new movies are mirroring the originals. Like Scream 5 and Scream 1 had a lot of similarities. Same with Scream 6 and Scream 2. So I imagine Scream 7 will have a lot of similarities to Scream 3. And Scream 3, we were in Hollywood. We saw the cast of Stab. So maybe Gail will be hosting a true crime show. Maybe we can see some old footage from Stab. And that would be a fun way to see Jennifer Jolie again. We could see some old footage, cast interviews, especially if it's a true crime show. Like, they'll probably have cast interviews from Stab. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I definitely hope Gail has more screen time than 5 and 6. Yeah, it was pretty limited in 5 and 6. So hopefully now that Sydney is like the main character in 7, I'm hoping at least. It seems like Sydney's going to be the main character. Hopefully Gail has more screen time. Hey, Denisha, thanks for joining. Thanks for being a moderator. Always appreciate you. Thomas says, I'm worried that I'm getting too hyped about Stu potentially returning, that if he doesn't, it'll affect my enjoyment of the next movie. I totally get it. I don't think you're getting too hyped because I personally am confident that it's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, if he doesn't return in 7, I will be disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure I will still enjoy the movie because there is not a bad Scream movie. But if he doesn't return in 7, I do think there's still a chance that he'll return later. Because like we talked earlier in the live stream from earlier, apparently 7 is going to be the start of a new trilogy. So who knows? They might want to set it up for Scream 8 or Scream 9. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. So if he doesn't return in 7, we should not lose hope. Scream 7 better bring back Stu. He is my favorite Ghostface, and I hope that Ghostface goes after Sydney's kids and Mark. I'm with you. I'm hoping Stu comes back in 7. I definitely think Ghostface is going to go after her kids. If her kids play a big role in 7, I definitely think they're going to be in danger. For sure. Let's see what's going on TikTok. Hey, everyone. I'm trying to manage both screens right now, so it's a little crazy. Professor Stewart says, so far, Scream hasn't commented on the expanded universe craze in Hollywood. Maybe there will be a Stab expanded universe. Could be a nice source of satire. That would be interesting if they explore the Stab universe more. I would like to see that. Like, imagine we get a spin-off of Stab. That would be pretty crazy. Do you think Scream 7 would be the best Scream movie in the Scream franchise? I sure hope so. I mean, I would hope that every Scream movie that comes out will be better than the rest. So we'll see. I have high hopes for Scream 7. The fact that Neve Campbell is back and Kevin Williamson is directing, that's super exciting. So yeah, I hope Scream 7 will be the best. I definitely hope it's going to be better than 5 and 6, for sure. Who do you think gets the other one involved, Sydney or Gail? That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe Gail will get Sydney involved because Gail has been in every movie. Gail was in 6 and Sydney was not. So maybe Gail will be involved first and get Sydney involved. Or maybe Sydney and her kids will be like attacked first and Sydney will call Gail. I appreciate you going back and forth between TikTok and YouTube. Maybe you can do both at the same time. YouTube on a computer and TikTok on your phone. Like I said, I've never been live on TikTok before, so this is all new for me. Hey, Cindy. Thanks for liking the live. We got far more people on YouTube than TikTok. Draco says, I hope Stu becomes a lot more scarier and the motive becomes more dark than any Ghostface killers before. For sure, I'm with you. I hope Stu is a lot more scarier than he was in the first movie. And I do hope that Scream 7 is very dark compared to 5 and 6. For sure. Hey, Jamie. Devin says, the fact that Maureen Prescott caused the whole Scream franchise is crazy. Like, if she didn't cheat, then none of this will be happening. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, like, how certain things can affect and cause other things. But, you know, I don't blame Maureen. I definitely blame Roman for all of this. Sydney even says in Scream 3, it's all because of you. Like, Billy and Stu were the first to start this, but if it wasn't for Roman, like, none of this would have happened. So I definitely blame Roman. Sure, Maureen should not have cheated on her husband, but I don't blame her for any of this. Do I think Kirby will return? I hope so. I think there's a good chance. I definitely think I definitely think before the whole Melissa drama, I think it would have been certain that she's returning. Now with all the drama going on, I'm not sure because Hayden Panettiere did kind of come out in defense of Melissa Barrera. So I don't know, but at the end of 6, Kirby does say, like, give me a call if you ever need me. We're all a part of the same effed up family. So I definitely think there's a good chance. And I know that Hayden Panettiere loves the Scream franchise, and she was so excited to return in Scream 6. So hopefully, I'm hoping she comes back. Hey, Michael. Yeah, I decided to jump on again. I just have too much fun hanging out with you guys. I would have went longer earlier if I could have, but I had to stop to do a few things. So here we are, back again. Maureen was a girl boss ahead of her time. Yeah, totally agree. Justice for Maureen. Does Sydney know about the Ghostface killing spree in Scream 6? I think so because Gail said that she called her, right? And she said Sydney's safe. So yeah, Sydney took Mark and the kids away because Gail, I guess, called her to inform her of what was going on. Bye, Scream fan. Thanks for popping in as long as you could. Yeah, exactly. Gail told her about it, so I think it's safe to say Sydney knew what was going on. And we definitely need something big to get Sydney to want to come back for Scream 7. So I've said before, maybe Mark dies and that will cause Sydney to want to get involved, or a lot of people are speculating that her kids will get kidnapped or attacked. It has to be something big like that to make Sydney want to come back. It can't just be like another random person getting attacked. Otherwise, Sydney won't care that much. Yes, I'm back. Sam or Tara? I definitely prefer Sam. I think there's a lot more substance to Sam. Tara, I like her. I like Jenna Ortega, but I do feel like they could write Tara a little better. There's just definitely a lot more going on with Sam than Tara. So definitely Sam. I'm going to try to get to everyone in the chat, but feel free to send in a super chat if you want me to reply to your question, because super chats do take priority. And of course, I always appreciate them. But I am trying my best to get to everyone. Hey, Wrestling God. And also, she did say there is a lot of new characters and old characters from the first or any of the original movies could possibly return. So it depends if Kirby does come back. I don't think Sam. Yeah, definitely not Sam. I mean, Melissa Barrera was fired, unfortunately. So I don't think she'll be back. Definitely not. But Kirby, maybe. But I do know what you're talking about. Nev Campbell said we got a lot of fun people returning. So who knows what she means by that? I mean, does she mean Courtney Cox and Patrick Dempsey? Because, I mean, we kind of expect that, but could she mean Hayden Panettiere? Could she possibly be teasing Stu? Maybe. Do you think Jill is a much more dangerous villain than Amber? Yeah, for sure. We talked about this in the live stream earlier today. I think they're both crazy. Jill and Amber are definitely both insane. But Jill, I think Jill is way crazier. The fact that she could beat herself up like that, for sure. Like, if you could do that to yourself, you could do far worse to other people. Jill is way more dangerous than Amber. Isaiah says, I wish the Core 4 could return in Scream 7. I'm with you. I wish, but definitely not Sam and Tara. There's still a chance for Mindy and Chad. We don't know for sure. I don't think it's looking good, but it's always possible. And I have said before, like, what's their mom's name? Martha Meeks. She could be in Scream 7 because she has a history with Sydney. And the fact that Martha was in Scream 3, and, I think Scream 7 is going to mirror Scream 3 in a lot of ways. Maybe Martha will be back. And if Martha's there, then there's definitely room for Mindy and Chad. But I don't know. It's not looking too good for them. Like, a couple months ago, Jasmine Savoy Brown said she has not been contacted by Spyglass. So we'll see. Hey, Joshua. Forrest says, please don't hate me, but I think Kirby was my least favorite character. Hayden is awesome and did great. Just didn't like the character writing in Scream 4. I won't hate you for that, but I do personally love Kirby. She's one of my favorite characters. She's probably in my top 5. I love Stu. I love Randy. I love Kirby. I think her writing in Scream 4 was great. Scream 6, definitely not as good as Scream 4, but I did love Kirby in Scream 6. I know there's a lot of people out there who say like Kirby's writing in Scream 6 was not great. I wasn't mad at it. Like, I thought it was pretty good. I like that she was an FBI agent. And of course she's 30 years old now. Like, she's not going to be exactly the same as she was in Scream 4. But I do think she was pretty similar. Like, she wasn't too different from her Scream 4 version. Nicholas says, hey, this is my first time here and I'm a big Scream fan. Welcome, Nicholas. Glad to have you. I as well am a huge Scream fan. Draco says, if it's possible, I hope they continue with Sam's story in the future in the Scream franchise. Totally agree. I hope that Sam can come back one day. I don't know. Like, Jamie Kennedy, who plays Randy, recently said he thinks she'll be back one day. Of course, he doesn't know for certain. He doesn't have any like inside scoop or anything. But he does conventions now with Melissa Barrera, and he sees the love that she has from the fans. So he said, he's like, I think she'll be back one day. Not for 7, obviously, but sometime in the future. Isaiah says Jill is better than Amber. I'm with you. I agree. Professor Stewart says Jill scares the hell out of me. She's the most unhinged ghost face. I totally agree. Jill is pretty scary. Forrest says Emma Roberts is such an elite actress. She actually made Jill as a character. She plays schizo characters so well, like in Scream Queens as well. Totally agree. I love Emma Roberts. She is a great actress. I loved her in Scream Queens. If you guys have not seen Scream Queens, you have to. That first season is like so amazing. The second season, not so much. Like, I honestly don't think I even finished season 2, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's hard to follow up the season 1, but there's like rumors of them making a 3rd season. I don't know what the status of that is or how true it is, but that's what I heard. But I agree with you. She made Jill as a character. And that's part of the reason why I loved Scream 4 at the time. Like, I was already such a huge fan of Emma Roberts and Hayden Panettiere. So, and it was the first, Scream 4 was the first Scream movie that I saw in theaters. So that's why I love it so much. Draco says, yeah, Jill's motive was so evil. Kill her family and friends was pretty evil. Yeah. I don't need friends. I need fans. Yeah, the fact that she had her mom killed, like, that is absolutely insane. Hey, TJ. You said it seems like they are keeping a tight seal about Scream 7 due to lack of news. Yeah, I don't know what's going on exactly. Like I said, it's been a while since we heard any new news. Like, Neve Campbell was announced in March. So every single day I'm like, when are we going to get an update? Like, I'm refreshing my feed like, hello. I'm expecting the Courtney Cox announcement soon. Like, I'm sure that's going to be the first one. I'm confident that Courtney Cox will be back. She's been in every single Scream movie. There's no reason why she wouldn't be in 7. But yeah, I don't know. I hope we get some news soon. Hey, Percy, thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Stu Macher versus 1978 Laurie Strode. Definitely hands down Stu Macher. I mean, Laurie in the first movie, like, I don't know, like, she's kind of weak, which I'm not judging her for that. She was a young teenage girl. Like, so definitely Stu. Like, he killed multiple people. He's definitely stronger than Laurie. So I'm going to have to go with Stu. Now, if the question was Stu versus the newer Laurie in the new trilogy, I think the new Laurie would probably win. She was ready. She was waiting for like 40 years, had all this protection. Like, I think the new Laurie would win, but for your question, definitely Stu. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Josh. Thanks for joining us. Do you think Sydney and Gail should live together in 7? No, because Sydney has a family. Like, she is living with Mark and her kids. Do you think Sydney and Gail are in their 40s or 50s? Gail, I think, is pushing 60. I think in the first movie she was 32. And I think in real life she's almost 60, if not already 60. And Sydney was like 17 in the first one, so she's like pushing 50. K Dottie on TikTok says she was 35. Interesting. Emma Roberts is also amazing in We Are the Millers. Yes, I saw that in theaters when it came out. At this point, that was like a long time ago. I haven't seen it since then. But Emma Roberts is amazing in everything she's in. I'm currently rewatching American Horror Story 1984 because I want some 80s like summer camp slasher vibes. So I'm currently rewatching that because I haven't seen it since it came out in like 2019. And if I'm being honest, I don't remember a lot about it. So no spoilers in the chat because it's almost like I'm rewatching it for the first time, watching it for the first time. Hey, Ethan. Glad you could join us again. Thanks so much for being here. Let's see what else we got here. Josh says Nev's announcement still doesn't feel real. It came out of nowhere. I keep forgetting that she's going to be in the movie. Yeah. That day that the news broke, it was like pretty crazy. Like, I was not expecting that. It did come out of nowhere. I was like expecting her to return, but the way that it was announced, it was pretty crazy. And then the surprise of Kevin directing also, that was crazy. Forrest says, I wouldn't say Laurie is a fleshed out character in the original Halloween. She's more of a prop. Yeah, I get what you're saying. She is not my favorite final girl. I love Halloween. You know, it's one of my favorite movies. But I get where you're coming from. Devin says, just realized Danny is the only character in Scream 6 who did not get stabbed or hurt. Yeah, so you guys know I have this theory about Danny being a ghost face, being suspicious. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Yeah, Danny, I don't know. There's a lot going on there. I have this theory that like maybe he'll be revealed in Scream 7, but without Sam in the story, that might be a little difficult. Ghostface versus Michael Myers, who would win? Definitely Michael Myers. I mean, he's like supernatural. Like he's so strong, he can't be stopped. Definitely Michael Myers. Let's see. Starry Night says, do you think that maybe we could still see Christina Carpenter even without Sam and Tara being in the story? For sure. I've talked about this before. Yeah, I think Christina Carpenter has a connection. Like, she went to high school with Sydney. She dated Billy. Maybe Christina wants revenge on Sydney because she killed Billy and Christina was in love with him. I mean, Sam literally said that to Tara, like, mom was in love with this other guy while she was dating dad. So yeah, I definitely think there is a lot of room for Christina to return. I mean, to be seen for the first time, even without Sam and Tara, for sure. Do you know if there's information about the Scream TV show characters showing up in Scream 7? I don't think so. I have not heard anything about this. I do know that, like, Radio Silence said apparently it does take place in the same universe because on the Scream, in Scream 6 on the subway, there was a Brandon James mask. So apparently it does take place in the same universe, but I have not heard anything about the TV show characters showing up. I hope they do a better job about killer reveal. They did bad jobs about it in 5 and 6. I'm with you. The reveal, I think the reveal in Scream 5 was not that bad. Scream 6, not a huge fan. But I'm with you. I hope the reveal in 7 is a lot better. Thank you so much for the super chat, Forrest. You said hot take, but I think Timothy Olyphant was criminally underrated in Scream. I agree. I mean, I don't know if he's underrated. I do think he has a lot of fans. But yeah, I think he was great as Mickey in Scream 2. I do wish that he got more screen time. He was kind of missing for a good chunk of the movie. Like, I'm trying to think, what was the last scene we see him in? I guess at the police station. like when they're all being questioned. I think that's the last time we see him until the reveal. So I think he needed more screen time, but I do think his performance is great. I think he was a great character. I would have liked to see a lot more of him. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thomas says, I'm a Stu believer, but not gonna lie, think they're going to go another route, unfortunately, based on the fact Seven originally had Christina and Leslie as the killers, supposedly, though I hope Stu comes back. Yeah, so I do think that the plan is still for Stu to come back. I am a little worried if it's going to happen in Scream 7 or a later sequel. We talked about this in the live stream earlier. There is a rumor that Scream 7 is going to start a new trilogy. So if that's the case, I'm a little worried that it's not going to be in 7. It might be in like Scream 9. Hopefully not, because I don't want to wait any longer. We've been waiting for like 30 years. And I know what you're talking about, like the script leak apparently had Christina and Leslie as the killers, which honestly, like Stu, Christina, and Leslie as the killers is literally my dream scenario. Like I've theorized that before. So I hope somehow it could still happen, even with the leaks. Like, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Forrest says, great points. He really didn't get enough screen time, meaning Mickey. And thank you for making such fun content. It is very appreciated. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love making content about the Scream franchise in particular. I'm so happy that you guys all appreciate it. I could keep doing this forever. So thank you for being here. Are Sam and Tara definitely never coming back? I don't know. I wish I had the answers. Right now it's looking like no, but maybe they could work out something for the future. I don't know. What do you think about how Sydney is going to explain to her daughter about what's going on in the 7th if Ghostface shows up? I don't know. It depends how old they are, how old the kids are. There's a rumor there's going to be a time jump. It depends. Like if they're very young, then I don't know exactly how she's going to explain it. If they're older, like it's teenagers, she might just be upfront about it. Like, listen, this is what happened to me when I was a teenager. It's happening again. We gotta run and be on the lookout. Thanks, Pistol. All right, I'm breaking one of Randy's rules again, but I will be right back. Send in your questions, and when I come back, I will get to them in the chat. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. How do you say your name? Kayleen? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but you're a good YouTuber. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Do you think Sydney's kids will love her or sort of kind of resent her because now they have to kind of live in fear? That's a good question. I actually haven't thought about that before. I'd like to think that they'll love her. Maybe when we first meet them, they'll really love her and then they'll grow to resent her, like as they get older and have to deal with this more. It could go either way, really. That's a good question. I never thought of it like that. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. What's your take on Amber as a Ghostface? Because I'm always defending her in debates. Best female Ghostface in my opinion. I said earlier she has grown on me for sure. I didn't really like her at first that much. I don't think she's the best in my opinion. I think Jill is my favorite female Ghostface. And then I think I like Nancy. Amber's good though. She has grown on me. She's not the worst Ghostface. She's definitely better than the Scream 6 Ghostfaces. But yeah, I don't hate Amber. Wrestling God says, in my opinion, I really love Scream 6 and Scream 5. Like, I think they did a great job with both of them, in my opinion. Also, did you hear that when Scream 7 wait, I don't understand that last part. Scream 7 be so successful. I mean, I think Scream 7 is going to be successful. I do love 5 and 6. I think I like 5 more than 6, but both are great. Oh, I see the second part of your question. When 7's successful, there's going to be 3 more movies. Yeah, I heard that. I mean, there is a rumor that 7 is going to be the start of a new trilogy, which is great. I mean, the more Scream, the better. Then we can talk about more movies. So that's great for us fans, for sure. We got another super chat from Forrest. Thank you so much. Final hot take. The only thing that would ruin Scream for me is if it became supernatural. It could become darker or more comedic, still would love it. Yeah, I don't want Scream to be supernatural. I'm with you on that. Skeet Ulrich actually talked about this recently in an interview. I did a video on it like a month ago at this point. He says, like, the good thing about Scream is that it's grounded in reality. It could be anyone you know, it could be your next door neighbor. So, yeah, I agree. Like, I don't want Scream to be supernatural. There are people out there who think, like, once you put the costume on, it gives you, like, supernatural strength. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I agree. It would kind of ruin the franchise if it became supernatural, especially at this point. Like 7 movies in, it's never been supernatural before, so definitely don't do that now. Thank you so much for your second super chat. I appreciate it. What do you think about Richie? I think I said earlier, I like him. At first I didn't really care for him and Amber, but they have grown on me. every time I watch Scream 5, and especially after seeing the killers in Scream 6, like I think Richie and Amber are pretty great compared to the Scream 6 ghost faces. I think Richie is funny. A lot of his scenes are funny, like he says something like, "Holy crap, it's Ghostface." And when Sydney finds him hiding, he's like, "You're shooting everything." I think Richie's pretty funny. I like his reveal. I think he was pretty good. I definitely love Jill as the best female Ghostface. She was smart and was so close. Yeah. She only slipped up because of something she said. I love her psychoticness when she was beating herself down. I agree. She was so close to getting away with it. And I wish she did, because I think that was the original plan. Like, she was going to get away with it. Um, like, I think the original plan was that in Scream 5, if they had made it back then, she was going to go to college. She got away with it, and there would be a new Ghostface, like, going after her, knowing her secret. Um, but yeah, it's unfortunate that she slipped up. Juan says, "I always had a love-hate relationship with the Stab franchise. Became really annoying for me to make Stab a character motivation for Ghostface killers." Yeah, I know there's a lot of people who think the whole Stab universe thing should be done with, like they've done it enough. I personally like it. Um, yeah, I don't know. It has been done though, in every sequel pretty much. What's your thoughts on Sydney getting a happy ending? I think she totally deserves it after all she's been through. But because it is fake, I want her to keep getting attacked for my enjoyment. Yeah, she definitely does deserve a happy ending, just like Gail says in Scream 6. But yeah, like, if she doesn't keep getting attacked, then there might not be any more Scream movies. Although we have seen that it is possible, because Scream 5 was about like Sam getting attacked. Sydney was in Scream 5, but it was mostly about Sam. So I imagine one day she will get her happy ending and it'll move on to new characters. I definitely think, like, who knows if Scream 7 is going to be her last movie? It very well could be. Um, but if 7 is the start of a new trilogy, like the new rumor suggests, maybe we will get Sydney in the next 3 sequels, 7, 8, and 9, and then she'll kind of pass it on to maybe her daughters or someone else. Forrest says, "Kind of funny how Halloween went supernatural at the third movie, which has nothing to do with the franchise. Do you know much about the Halloween lore?" Um, I kind of, yeah. I mean, I know in Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, they kind of talk about like this cult that has to do with like these sacrifices according to the stars and like the alignment of the stars or the planets or something. I don't know. Halloween 6 is not the best Halloween movie in my opinion. Um but yeah, according to that movie, like, Michael is kind of supernatural, and it's like this cult that uses him to kill people for like their sacrifices. I don't know. Not crazy about that. Amber, in my opinion, is the best female Ghostface. I can't be the only one that thinks that. I know there are a lot of people out there who love Amber. Especially I feel like newer fans who like came in with Scream 5 and 6. I don't blame them. Like Amber is a pretty good character. She's not my favorite though. But like I said, she has grown on me. Oh, your name is pronounced John. Sorry. One day when we are old, the thing that we will probably remember the most is waiting for Scream 7. Yeah, it feels like the wait has been forever. Amber is the best female Ghostface in my opinion. If she had more screen time and a better motive, people would like her more, but I think Amber is first and Jill is second. Yeah, I definitely think she should have had more screen time. I feel like her character before the reveal is pretty boring in my opinion. They definitely could have done a better job with her character, for sure. Fun fact, did you know that in Scream 3, one of the other original scripts from the movie was that it was supposed to be about suicidal tendencies where Sydney and Roman. Is there a second part to your oh. No, I did not know that. Interesting. Also would love a screen where Ghostface wins. Yeah, I hope that would be cool to see in Scream 7. Like I said, I hope Stu can win in the end. That would be cool to see. Yes, I'm back. Back for another stream. Hey, Grant. Thanks for joining us. Halloween was supposed to stop after 2 and never bring back Michael, so it wasn't to have anything to do with Michael in 3. Halloween was supposed to be a different story anthology series after 2. Yeah, I have heard that. That's interesting. Like, imagine we only got Michael Myers in the 2 movies, and there was never 4, 5, 6, and the rest. I mean, I actually love Scream 4 and Halloween 4 and 5. I know there's a lot of people who don't. And I get it. Like, they're not amazing movies, but it is very nostalgic for me because I just remember watching those as a kid. I love the character Jamie Lloyd. Danielle Harris was great. It was just her birthday the other day, by the way. But yeah, I mean, I love that we got more Michael. I also love Halloween H2O. I know a lot of people don't, but yeah. I'm curious what your thoughts are on the Scream TV series and how you would rate it overall, individual seasons. So, obviously, I don't love the show as much as I love the movies. Um, the ending of season 2 was good until they decided to do like that last episode. The last episode was very weird and not like the rest of the season at all. I wish we got some more answers like who killed Kieran? Do you think it was Emma's dad? or someone else. Like, I don't know. Honestly, and I don't even remember that much about the show. It's been a while since I watched it. I do want to watch it again so I can do some videos on it because I have gotten some requests to do videos on the TV show. Season 3, I like that they had the real mask, like the ghost face mask. And I really like Kiki Palmer. I'm a big fan of Kiki Palmer. How would I rate it? Individual seasons. I mean, I think season 1 and 2 was better than season 3. Even though the twist in season 3 was pretty good. But I don't know. I need to watch it again. And I'll get back to you. Like I said, I want to do some videos on the TV show. Did you hear Matthew Lillard's statement? He said no one knows who killed who in the movie, even Kevin Williamson, but there were some clues. Yeah, so I've heard the cast say this before, like apparently even Kevin Williamson doesn't know. I was just watching a video on YouTube about this, like who killed Tatum. Because I've always thought it was Billy who killed Tatum, but this person on YouTube like provided proof that it might be Billy, which I'll admit, like it was pretty solid proof. But there are clues that we can go off of. So I don't know, but I did hear this statement, yes. Roman versus Kieran in a fight. I'm taking Roman. Yeah, probably Roman. This is a random question. Chicken or beef ramen noodles? Probably chicken. I'm a big fan of Stu, Amber, Richie, and Mickey. You guys know I love Stu. I do like Mickey also. Amber and Richie, they're kind of low on my ranking, but like I said, I do like them more than the Scream 6 killers. If a legacy character had to die in the opening scene, I hope it'd be Kirby. I want to see Sydney and Gail interact with Stu at the end, and I want to see Mark again, especially since he's got kids with Sydney now. Yeah, so I do have a theory that it could be Kirby in the opening scene who dies, especially because in Scream 3, Cotton is Cotton dies, and he is like a returning character. So if Scream 7 is going to mirror Scream 3 in a lot of ways, which we suspect that it will, maybe Scream 7's opening kill will be a returning character. And then it could be Kirby. It could be one of the twins also. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Love Scream, but I do love Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th more. Who's your favorite character of any horror movie? You like Nancy from Nightmare. That's tough because there's so many good characters. So if we're going Scream, Stu is my favorite character. But I honestly really love why am I blanking on the name? Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers is one of my favorite horror movies, and I really love Justin Long in that movie. Derry Jenner. So just right now off the top of my head, other than Scream, I'm going with Derry. Grant says, I always believed Roman killed Tatum. Stu and Billy would have smelled like beer after being hit with all those beer bottles. Stu didn't change his clothes. Billy makes sense. Roman was around then. Interesting. I never thought about that. Maybe it could be Roman. I don't think it was Roman because just the fact that like that character didn't exist at the time. If they wanted to retcon that, then sure. But I don't know. I'm still going with Billy, even though I am open to the idea that maybe it was Stu. Hey, Chocolate Ice. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers is like one of my favorite horror movies. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers is my childhood. Yeah. So I was young when I watched that. It came out in 2001 and I was 5 years old in 2001. Um, I think I first watched it when I was like 11, maybe. And I was just in love with Justin Long at that time. I watched like all of his movies after seeing him in Jeepers Creepers. I love Jeepers Creepers. And the second one is good too. The third one, the third one came out like 2019 or 2018 or something like that. The third one's not too bad. I rewatched it like this past Halloween season. It's pretty good. Jeepers Creepers 4, don't even get me started. Like, I didn't even finish that movie. I started it, I got maybe halfway through, and the fourth one was terrible. It sucked because I think they're making a fifth one. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think I heard that. I liked the ending of 3, how they included Trish. So I was hoping that Jeepers Creepers 4 would like have Trish involved, but apparently not. So we've been going for over an hour, which is awesome. But I think I'm gonna end it soon. I have to go cook some dinner and do some other things. But this has been a lot of fun. Songs About Everything says Jeepers 4 is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Wishing I was Derry at the end to remove my eyes from watching that. Yeah, 4 was not great at all. It was very bad, which is so sad because like I said, 1 and 2 were so good. Like, how could they create 4? I don't know, man. It just Jeepers Creepers 4 sucked. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you in the live stream from earlier with your super chats. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. Like I said, I want to do more. I want to do like a few every week for sure. I'm going to plan some watch parties for the near future. So stay tuned for that. Usually with live streams, I tend to just kind of do them randomly without any notice. But if I do a watch party, I will set it up to give you guys some notice so that you can like maybe clear your schedule so that you can watch the movie with us. I did the first Scream like a couple months ago, so we have to do Scream 2 soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will talk to you soon.